Mm. Hello there. Hey, this is Peter. Welcome to episode 11. Get ready. Woo, I got some good stuff for you today. That's right. And guess what? We got some mail to open up. Ha ha, I love that. See you in a sec. Hey everyone, how's it going? This is Peter here. Hey, listen, we got a lot to talk about today. Yeah, it's some good stuff out there. Mm-hmm. Mm. So I've been paying attention to some of the things going on, and it's been exciting. So I got some mail today. Here's the mail. Ooh, it never fails. Makes me wanna whack my tail. That's right. I got some great mail today, but I got I told you my birthday's coming up. My birthday, and I got stuff that I ordered for myself coming in, and I am so stoked. But it's a lot to show you in one episode. So I'm going to show you what I got last week. And then I'm going to show you later what I got this week. Oof, get ready. Get ready. But in the meantime, let's talk about some stuff. Yeah, let's talk about some stuff. So, I don't know if you heard that Superman. Yeah, Superman, 6-scale figure from the comic book on the wait list. And I gotta tell you, I feel so lucky. I feel lucky because this is the deal. Incinerator Stormtrooper, Death Trooper, and now Superman. Just as I received them in my hand, they go on wait list. Just like that. Hey, so I feel so lucky because I jumped on it. I jumped on it. Right? And that's what I want to talk to you a little bit about today. Let's be real. These figures are expensive. They add up. They add up. I mean, we want them all, right? I mean, there's just every time there's something more coming and more exciting stuff. Right? And we got to keep it in check. We got to keep it in check, right? Because it adds up. And for those those people out there who can get it all, good for you. Absolutely. Congrats on that. But for a lot of people, it doesn't work out that way, right? So I'm going to give you some advice on how to be a little bit smarter about maybe collecting what you want to get that you don't think is possible. So I think on last episode, the episode before, I talked to you about what I do for my birthday, and how I talk about asking different people to contribute, to chip into, so that I could get one figure, and make it possible in that way, right? So that's one thing that I talked about. Then the other thing that I wanted to talk to you about is I've been paying attention to how this thing works, and now I could say that I could actually talk from experience, because there have been those times when I have kicked myself because I didn't jump on it, or I'd take it for granted that the figure's going to be waiting for me. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way, and it's really a hard thing to figure out, like what's going to be hot and what's not, right? But one thing that I've noticed is I've been paying attention to who's still sitting there waiting to be bought, right? For example, like Black Widow. Black Widow's been around for a little bit, right? Thanos been there for a long time, And there's Thor, right? Thor, from Infinity Wars. He's been around for a long time too. And the thing about this on these figures is that I come to the realization that when we have more options, right? When we have more options, for example, Black Widow, how many Black Widows are there, right? And still more are coming, right? And in this last Black Widow from Infinity War, um, was it Infinity Wars or Endgame? She everybody loved her. Everybody was like, "Oh my God, she's so hot, she's so hot." So I'm not sure if Sideshow or Hot Toys made a lot of her, right? Made a lot of like of that figure. But I think one of the things that happens is that because there've been so many options of her, people already have one of her, at least one of her in their collection. So when new stuff comes out, like the Mandalorian, right? That's hot. That's how people want it. They want it now. They want it now, right? So here's what happens that I've been noticing, right? So, pay attention to those type of things, because what happens is that I believe that a figure from the Mandalorian comes out, right? And, it's a hefty price. It's anywhere, let's say, from $300 to close to $500, right? But it's a pre-order. So what happens is that people that want to get a Hot Toy, they want one now. Now, bring it, right? So what happens while they're getting that one now figure, the figures that are coming out on pre-order, what you have to realize is that people already are ordering those, right? People already placing their first batch order, the second batch order, maybe more than one. So by the time that now is now time where somebody showcases the figure, everybody wants it. Oh my God, everybody wants it, right? And then the next thing you know, they're on wait lists like that, right? And the reason for that is because while you have been waiting and sitting and getting that now figure, those pieces that have been on pre-order have been selling. They have been selling. They only make so many, right? So, like with the heavy infantry Mandalorian, I mean, that figure is beautiful. I gotta tell you, as soon as I saw it, bam, I placed my order, right? Because one of the things that you also have to realize is that when you place an order, it's not like you have to immediately start paying for it, right? Sometimes it's months and months before you make your first payment. So if you're making, put down anywhere from, let's say, $23 to $28 for a deposit, that's nothing. But it guarantees you that you're going to get that figure, right? Versus waiting for later when everybody else has jumped on the train and said, I am getting that on my pre-order, and they're excited. And next thing you know, when you try to get it, you can't. You can. And now you have to wait for the secondary market. And I'm going to tell you that heavy infantry on the secondary market is going to be scary. It's going to be scary. Yeah, that is going to be scary. The wait list is already full. Forget Sideshow. You're not going to be able to get it. So you have to jump on it. You have to jump on it. Here's the thing. Okay, so I'm going to give you a perfect example. The first Miles Morales, when he was showcased, I freaked out, right? Because one of the things that I loved about it is that he has two head sculpts. He's got a regular Miles Morales, and then he's got Spider-Verse, right? Beautiful. So I immediately placed my order. That was March last year. Last year. Yeah, that was March, as a matter of fact, March 15, 2020. 2020. I think my deposit was, like $28, if that. I don't make my first payment actually until May. Right? So I lost nothing. I have lost nothing because this entire year, it's not like they've been charging me, but I know that I got my figure guaranteed. So now that it's getting close to starting the payments and all that, I don't have to worry about it. I know that when the figure comes out, I'm going to be one of the first people that gets it. Right? So it's something to consider. Because during that time, right, you put your deposit down. And during that time, you figure out, okay, when is that figure going to be released? So they say. So they say, right? And yes, I would say 90% of the time, it's running late. It's running late. It's not up. It's not on date. I mean, Captain America, how long have we've been waiting? And I keep getting messages that it's still delayed. Another month, another month, another month, right? A Stark, the team suit. I got a message he's gonna come out in May, June, right? Like they skip months. They're not even saying next month. They're being realistic now, right? So with that, get a jar, right? Put $5 in it. Start saving money. Put it on the side. So when you start making payments, you have it. You have it. You can pay whatever you want, right? Pay it in full. But at least you have it. It gives you some time. It allows you some time to start getting the figures that you want on pre-order before they get here, right? So that when they do get here, you're set. You don't have to stress it, right? Because there's so many that we want. So you have to figure out a way of figuring out the way that the system works, right? So if you want let's say like Hawkeye, right? Hawkeye. Well, Hawkeye, they're like, I think 3 or 4 Hawkeyes, maybe 4. And if you notice, the deluxe Hawkeye from Endgame is still sitting there. And it's not that surprising because people already have a Hawkeye. He doesn't look that different, right? But you notice that the regular version of Hawkeye sold. Done. He's sold. He's on waitlist. And the reason for that is because he was more affordable, right? Because people who could afford say, oh, well, if I get him at a cheaper price, I could also probably get something else, right? So I could understand why he is still sitting there, even though the deluxe is always better. It's always better, right? But I know that as a buyer, you're like, well, I don't care about all that other stuff because I just have room for the figure. So you see, so everybody's collection is a little different, but it's something that you have to pay attention to. How is the market working out? When things go into the secondary market, it's scary. It is scary, scary, scary. That's why a lot of people are really excited about reissues, like myself, right? The fact that I could get, Scarlet Witch, and now I could get Vision, and I could get Batman with Christian Bale, and I could get the Tumbler. I missed out on all that to begin with, right? The one that I was really upset about was Nightmare Batman. And now it's possible. Now there's a possibility that we're all going to enjoy that stuff. So the question is, what else is going to come out in reissues, right? Because there's certain other ones that we missed out on. With another one, Whiplash. Everybody wanted Whiplash because they lost out, and now Whiplash is sitting there saying, hey, I'm over here, right? So, you pay attention to these things, right? So when you're going to buy something, think about what is it that you really want, right? And check out when it's going to come out, and it may be possible. It may be possible, right? So think about that. So like I said, I've been really, really lucky. I got my Incinerator Stormtrooper. I got my Death Trooper, and then I got my Superman. And Superman, I wasn't even sure I was going to get him, but I was like, you know what? Superman is Superman. Superman is the man. So I couldn't believe it. Well, actually, one of my subscribers let me know that he's on the wait list, and I was like, wow, no way. And I checked out, sure enough, he was right. So guess what? Guess what time it is?
Mailman.
Yep, it's mail time.
Got some mail here.
Yeah, so this guy here, I am so happy with him. I am. Okay, so you know, I'm gonna give you the great things that I love about him, and then I'm gonna tell you about some things that you should look out for. Right? Because I have been checking him out, and I have been seeing what his capabilities are, and yeah, interesting. So one of the things that I totally love, and I think I told you before, is the art box. The art on the box is killer. You know, they did a really amazing job with that. You know, here's the back of it. Picture the figure, beautiful. But what I really like is all the artwork on it, all the comic strip book stuff. You know, I mean, they really did an amazing job with that. I mean, they nailed it. You can turn it every which way you want, right? But they also like even the inside. Nice job, nice job. Like all the different comics and storylines, right? Beautiful, 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 beautiful. And then the figure comes with, yeah, I made a couple of notes with the stuff that it comes with. All right, so it has a nylon suit. And one of the things that I was, like, I pulled everything out, and one of the things that I was disappointed with, that I'm gonna tell you right now, was the base. Base is boring. The base is just a black base, octagon, it says nothing on it. Like no sparks whatsoever. So I think that was kind of like, you know, they lost out on that because the base is really like it's nothing. Then the other thing that I don't think people might be disappointed with, even though is a good weight to it, is the cape. It's a beautiful red color, and it is nice and heavy, and it's got the beautiful S on the back, but it's got no wire. So if you're going to put them in a flight position, a flight mode, that cape is just gonna hang onto his body. So I know there's some people that are thinking, you know, they like to pose them. They're gonna be disappointed with that, or they may change the cape out, or you know, because I'm not sure if you could add wire to it because it's really a heavy cape. So that's you know, I'm just giving you a heads up on that. The other thing is that his suit is nice. It's authentic, you know, the red trunks and the beautiful blue and the bright blue, you know. But it's a nylon. It is a nylon material, so you have got to be careful with snagging it. Because if you snag it, it's going to create a run. And if you create a run, there's not going to be any way you're going to hide that. So be really careful of how you pose them or how you know, anything that's near him. Be really, really careful because you're going to be really upset if you ruin the suit. So it's a big heads up on that. The other thing that I noticed is that it has articulated ankle boots, which is cool, right? So the top of the boot and the foot part, they're not attached, so you definitely could articulate a lot easier. But what happens though, when you move the top of the boot, it also moves the nylon suit, right? It gives that easily. So you have got to be careful that the seam in the center doesn't move with it, right? Because as I was checking it out and all that, all of a sudden I noticed that the seam from the center, from the middle of his, inside of his thigh, it moved to the front of his thigh, and then I was like, okay, I'm not sure can you pop that foot out and move it around and all that. But the reason I'm bringing it up is so that you pay attention to these things. Yeah, because it then takes the fun out of, posing him, because now you're trying to make him look right, so remember those things. So it comes with 3 pairs of hands, right? The fighting hands, and I call them the grab hands, and then the flight hands. And you see the flight hands, they're just these, so they're pretty cool, right? So easy to do. And then the grab hands are nice, right? Because these are great for holding the kryptonite case. Yeah, I thought the case was pretty cool. It opens up and there's the kryptonite, right? So the hands could definitely hold the case nicely, very easy. Then the one thing that when I saw it, I was like, what is that? And I was like, that looks like a starfish. And I was right. I guess in Candor, they call this a sparrow, a starrow, parasite. So it's like a starfish and it has an eye in the center. And then this goes right on his face. So it has like two. I don't know if you can see, but it has like you see like the two little grab hooks at the end on the each side. And I'm not sure if it's designed to go behind his ear, but I actually put it in his ear because I don't want the plastic to touch his face. I'm afraid that it's gonna stain it, and then that's not gonna be good. That's not gonna make me happy. So when you do it, you may want to consider just to put it in the ear and not behind it. So that is that. And then I thought this was pretty cool. However, I wish it was battery operated. And this is the city of Candor. And it's pretty cool. But I thought that maybe it would open up and you could put some batteries in it. But I don't think that you can. I don't think you can. So it's a shame because this lit would have been really, really cool. Really, really cool. So that is the accessories that it came with. Then the other thing that I wanted to show you, and you could see that what I did was when you open up the package, it had a band with the Superman logo on it. And normally when we see those bands, we could just pull them up and put it aside. Well, this one actually, as I was trying to pull it up, I decided to pull out the whole thing, and the band wraps around the whole package. So I took that band, as you can see, and put it in front of the base so that it's a little more appealing to the eye. So think about that. It may be something that you want to do. I was really, really happy with the way it looks. And then I think I was telling you that IKEA cabinets. Phew, what a freaking pain in the ass. Yeah, and that. When you want to have a match set, or and you're waiting and waiting, and that's exactly what happened to me. And then finally I got some stuff that I want to showcase, so I had to go to plan B. So today I finally ordered some cabinets, and I cannot wait to get them because it's going to complete the look that I want. And I'm really, really excited about that. And as soon as I get it all set up, I'm gonna show you. And then then I said, the other thing that was on the wait list is the Cyclops, right? And I got my first one. I ordered that right on time, and as soon as I ordered it, sure enough, it went on the wait list. Forget it. And then I sat on the second issue that came out with the dark color, the Astonishing one, I think is what it's called. And I missed out on that. But then I've been hearing some reviews of people that don't like it or whatever. But I gotta tell you, I think he looks pretty darn good. I think he looks what I like about him is that I like his dark suit. He doesn't look so bright and candy like. So I'm gonna keep my eye up on that. And then I don't as a collector, right? I'm always saying this, there's so many things we want. Right? I mean, there's just so many things, and every time that you turn around, they come up with something else and something else, and I'm like, oh man, and you got to keep yourself in check, right? Because it's not necessary that you collect everything, right? But it's really a cool idea to build on one collection, right? Whether you like your Star Wars and you like your Marvel or you like your DC, those three sets right there, that's a lot of figures, right? I mean, Star Wars keeps growing and growing and growing and growing. And now with all these superhero movies, there are more characters being introduced, right? So I don't know if you noticed, but like Suicide Squad coming out, I think it's got like at least 5 to 10 new action figures coming out. Look, new characters. So, I mean, trust me, when they're all together, it looks freaking amazing. But you got to keep yourself in check because it's a lot of stuff, right? So I noticed that now other, ideas have been coming out, and some stuff has been surfacing, and some beautiful figures. I mean, I have ordered a couple of figures that I don't know who they are. I have no idea what they're about, but the figure is beautiful. Their figure is so freaking amazing and so like on point that I couldn't pass out on it. I couldn't pass out on it, and I knew that if I did, I was gonna regret it but the reality is, collect what you like. You gotta collect what you like, right? And if you really like something, that's all that matters, right? Whether it goes with this or that and that, it doesn't matter. If you really like it, you're gonna make it work. So think about that, you know. So they came out with these Nordic figures. I think I think it's like a new thing, and they just come out and it's they've these women, warrior woman. One is in the Asian, and then the other one's a blonde. I gotta tell you, they are beautiful. I mean, for dioramas as a background, stunning, 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 stunning. But I have to keep myself in check because I don't have the room for them. I want other stuff, and and I had to stay focused. I got to stay focused because that all that stuff jumps at you, and you're like, ooh, ooh, ooh. But I'm trying to stay focused and get what I really, really want, and not be deterred by all this other candy being thrown at me. The another one that I saw is Dr. Freudstein. Freudstein. Cool figure. He's from the House of the Cemetery. Amazing figure. I was like, wow. And then Art the Clown. Have you seen Art the Clown? It's smoking. So if you are into horror stuff or you like, zombie stuff, I think the last two that I mentioned, Dr. Freudstein and Art the Clown, it's like a must-for-your collection. I mean, they're just unique, and the fact that they're not like characters that we all are familiar with, I think they make them even more special. So, but with that, I gotta keep myself in check. Even though I think they're really cool and I would want them, they really don't have a place in my collection. That's the reality of it, right? But yeah, but nice. So I got news today. Finally, I'm getting some more hot toys. Like I told you, it's like a relationship. You have to check your sites every day, see what's changing, see what's coming up, because it's forever changing. Every day it's some changing, especially Sideshow. Sideshow's just crazy. And so I got a message today that I am getting my Gordon Tracy from the Thunderbirds. And I gotta tell you, I look at this figure and, I think there was a documentary out on the Thunderbirds and how they went about making them and the history and the characters and all the work that it took, right, to create these movies and these segments. Amazing. So with that, Gordon Tracy rocks it. Oh man, it's like all he needs is strings, and he'd be like the exact same character that you see in the movies and on the show of the Thunderbirds. I mean, they did a beautiful, beautiful job. So I'm getting my first Thunderbirds is on his way. I cannot wait. Oh my God, I cannot wait. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And then the other one that I've got coming is Gem. It's a 2 doll set, and Integrity Toys just did a special thing with Sideshow, and through a raffle you're able to get the first 600, or there are only 600 available. But I lucked out big time because I think I told you in my previous episodes that I actually won the lottery, and by winning the lottery, I only am getting the set, but I'm also getting it at a really killer price. I went on the market and I checked it out. So Sideshow does for a double set, let's say, I think like the average is like $290. Once it went to the dealers, $695. That's at the dealers. That's not even the secondary market. Right? Because the Integrity Toys, they don't have a site. They send it out to the dealers. So think of Sideshow as being one of their dealers, right? So Sideshow, they actually give you a really great price. So what happens is people jump on that. They jump on it. And so when I went to check, the new figures that are coming out for Integrity Toys on the new line, they're already on wait list. Just like that. Bam, done. Right? I mean, it's crazy. So I looked out because the set before that, I was able to order on pre-order, and finally I got a message that today that they are on their way. Yeah, I think it's called Beat This, Asia Leaf, and Shayna Elford. I didn't watch Gem. I wasn't a Gem person. But as a collector, those figures are smoking. So, yeah. So check out your site. Check out your list and see what's coming up, and also see. Don't get excited about you thinking that you have your last payment for a figure. They may not show up. It may be they may tell you like the day before. Oh, guess what? It's not coming till May, June, right? So pay attention to those things. And then I wanted to tell you that, oh yeah, Batman Beyond is still available. But mark my words, you better jump on it. I think I saw Ryan, Jet Patrol, do a box opening, an unboxing on that, and that figure looks amazing. And I guarantee you now that it is being exposed, and you're starting to see it on YouTube and other networks, other channels, right? Instagram. Pay attention to that. If you want it, you got to jump on it. You got to jump on it. All right. So yeah. So that's where we're at. And like I said, figures that are still available, are Thor, Black Widow. You got Thanos. Even the Hulkbuster. I mean, the Hulkbuster is understandable because he's so expensive, but pay attention to things. And then the Hawkeye. I got him immediately, so I got my deluxe, and pay attention to those things. All right. So guys, I'll talk to you in a little bit. See ya.